Sorry, there's some weird feedback thing happening. Everything that's in the Boisean, and go look at it. And I'm a huge supporter of it because I love Boise. It's the easiest place I've ever lived. I'm not from here, and so celebrating it sort of in any way, I'm down for. But I'm gonna read like one or two poems.
God, you're so sexy.
That are that are sort of basic, and then I'll talk about the other ones that happen. Basic is not the right word. And the first poem is actually from a story Josh told me about an encounter he had with bees and his brother. So at least that's what started it. Before you, I built myself into a full anatomy, a child with a mouthful of bees. You pulled them out with the cup of your hand, and through them like a mouthful of sand, blood flowed and tendons sinewed just like they had in the past. I was a hole now, a hole again, gaping, ladled of wings and stingers, pollen and honey, and all I wanted to fill it with was you. Fingers and palms, lifelines and jagged nails. I lowered my jaw, looked at you, and you hid your hands behind your back. From where I sat, doe eyes, angry, it looked like you were armless, an anatomy incomplete. I loved you more then. I love you more without your arms. In search. You've always wanted to feel all the bones in a body. Dig your fingers into your own skin in search, crinkling lines into your face. It hurts enough to make you pull back, but your stiff knuckles tell your need for answers. I am more concerned with the wet strands that come from your soft spots. What can spoil at some point? A cliff collapsing into sea, spray the clear winner every time. I want to be a winner, and want you, even if my knuckles and face dig ditches like yours. Drowning. I wake up to your face, morning after morning, relive our love every day, like the sun and its following stars, see the same land every day, then night. Like bees visit the same flowers to bring back what's needed, as long as it's available. As long as you're available, I can renew your image in my eyes. Daily, you will appear and also, and additionally, and always. When I think of your body, I mostly think of your face. If you aren't around for a week, I do lose it, as if your face drowns in the sea of what else is in front of my eyes. I see you after this absence and have to relearn. Etching takes a minute, but I will eventually respond. And the next few poems are sort of the call and response that Josh was talking about. Your face. More thin than a circle, the southern border grown over with beard. Why hide only pieces of yourself? I come back to it, pieing at you, mouth tasting the air, what touches us both. I try to describe what is around the moment. Object, line, that is the beginning. Unsatisfied or worried that I'm too simplistic, I search for a description, still grasp onto what I might say at a dinner table to my mother. I say pieing instead of my eye looks. The image, it rhymes with I, which is all the sense. It will seem mysterious and poetic. It will and won't be. I is not quite. I am a hide, not quite covering the muscles of a deer, blood dripping down the bony knees. I is knuckles of a hand, the middle one too big to match the others. I am very long. I am a very long nail curved inward on the pinky finger of your hand. I is a grasping jar opener. You dig out of the drawer you don't usually open. It's filled with all the things you don't want to close your eyes to. I am a drawer good at disobeying and making you forget feng shui. I is a hole allowing you to keep what you should rid your life of. I am what doesn't quite cover a hole, or what keeps one intact. I is what borders an opening, what is the definition of an absence. I am that one thing. I am many things lying to faces on the street. I am molecules pretending to be one object. I is two people wanting to be in one head to understand each other. I is a myth as old as shorelines absorbing water and drying in the presence of the sun. This seemed like a poem. Metaphors and an ending that leaves you in image. A thought, but only almost. To be almost is the over and over of the poem, of all the poems on these pages in your hand. I am speaking directly to you, and we are having a conversation. Did you see there how I made us one? Did you in your eyes? Funny, I am. Shirk off your borders. I am. Let me lap up the fluids under your skin. I am. Always I. Where else can I invade you? Where else can I invade you and leave it hanging? Where else but on the next page? I'll just read two more. A statement netted between my lips. Confidence is fickle, or a liver riddled with years of medication. I am practical, and you are sticking to the walls of my brain like a wallpaper made of many fly strips. I'd like to convince myself that what's been lost hasn't altered my body any. I'd like to convince myself that what you tell me isn't absorbed, thoughtless, and I would like to be an active member of myself. This is what happens when you have nothing to say for yourself. Or maybe it's that I am too much of an I, looking constantly at my navel, at the mirror, at the clothes I wear, at myself in your eyes, at what you say to me, at what you want from me. Maybe you are in the line every time. Whether or not you are based on a real man, the you here on the page is really I, controlling you, a marionette, cut off at the wooden knees. Take the blame, be the target, make me be the victim, and dance. Okay. That's not it. Damn it! Sorry. I was organized at some point in my life. Okay, this is the last one. Fight. What you say is exhausting to you. Am I therefore exhausting? Does a part constitute the whole? At what point, what percentage of matter do pieces of me equal a self? I find a pill on the carpet, separated at some point from the bottle, and push it into a crevice between two of your records. Revolt against cleaning myself out of your space. If I move on, am not offended, what does that mean of value? Peter, Paul, and Mary, what happens when you fight? Are commas simultaneous? A drawing of borders and anticipation of each other? Like a beak, a wing, and a song become a bird. We fight, and I am left unsatisfied. I go and write. Catharsis is real, and I am not ashamed. The event makes me think of my I. What is it? Its boundaries, what it includes. I write lying on the carpet as you iron clothes on the bed, and the poem shifts. I have no answers, and murder in the poem, it doesn't solve anything. Maybe I am ashamed. I find a pill on the floor, revolt against cleaning myself out of your apartment and shove it between records. Fragmentation, like that is a solution. Like a beak and a wing and a tail become a bird. Thank you.